Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips, and today in today's BattleTech Backer Beta game match of the century, gonna throw the chassis spotlight on yet another mech that possibly could show up in the eventual campaign game coming spring 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not as if we have enough awesomes.
Welcome, Commander.
So I thought, let's throw another awesome into the pile and see what works. So everyone at this point is familiar with the awesome 8Q, your lovable, typical triple PPC awesome, sitting on a trio of particle cannons and all of the heat sinks the inner sphere can produce. And lined up next to it, you have the 8T, which attempts to take the awesome and turn it into a fire support chassis with large laser, LRM, large laser, LRM. But there's another variant out there from this era that, truth be told, I'm not entirely sure what the designers were thinking when they came up with this. I know what it says in the lore, but I just actually don't believe that anyone thought this was a good idea. And so I present to you the awesome 8V. Now the 8V has the same engine as the other two awesomes. It has the same armor loadout as the other two awesomes. But it swaps out the weapons load, and it tries and blends the two other variants into one mech. So it has a single PPC, it has an LRM-15, and it has a large laser. Now, just looking at this first blush, this looks like a strictly worse version of both of those mechs. It's still as durable, it's still just as fast or slow depending on your outlook in life. But this weapon loadout seems like it's so very all over the place. That said, it's hard to go wrong with awesomes. So let's see what this chassis has for us out on the battlefield. Today's lineup of pilots, an even matchup. I have decided to shake things up a little bit and not go with all crack shot pilots. So no wildfire today, and instead we see buckshot and blockade taking the joysticks in hand, taking the throttle. Today we are going to head out to Death Valley because I think it is only reasonable to test the heat dissipation of all of these chassis in a place where we're really not getting any help. And we know that the 8Q already has to volley fire, and we know that the 8T probably has to volley fire, although it's a little bit better. This 8V, I'm curious to see what it has to say.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
In terms of heat management. I like the awesome. I am a fan of the chassis. I am a fan of the artwork. I'm a fan of... I don't actually think I've seen a bad looking awesome.
Command interface initiated. But
there are certainly some loadouts, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to count the 8V here as one of them. There's some loadouts that are questionable at best.
Hey.
Now for this match, I'm going to take it off to the left, just for a change of pace. We've been fighting a lot over the right flank, and I think it's only fair that we, get a little bit more of the map.
Copy that.
Check out a little bit more of this terrain over here. It's been a while since I've had a good fight down in the valley here, as my awesomes trundle into position here. When you get down the line into the reintroduction of Star League tech, and then the clan invasion, and then post-invasion tech, there are some real wicked variants of the awesome. Can anyone say heavy PPCs, snub noses, all those glorious high-tech weapons? But none of that is available to us right here. So instead we're going to trundle off with our questionable assortment of weapons. See if we can't make something of it.
Hey. Copy. Receiving you. Aye, aye. Got it.
This is cute. I haven't really spent a lot of time staring at these little buildings over here. This is nice. This is very picturesque. I approve. Can't wait for the campaign game to drop. Every new tidbit of information is it makes the wait just that little bit harder to have to deal with. Alright, so let's take up station in the forests. Now Buckshot will probably end up being my lead because she has Bulwark.
Standing by.
Maybe we'll wrap around a little bit into this plateau here.
Standing by.
And let's cause some collateral damage while we're here.
Move order confirmed.
Because these guys aren't paying me not to destroy their buildings. Yeah, that's a real shame. Actually, no, let's just line you up right here.
Move into position.
Hope you didn't need those warehouses. Ooh, started a fire. That's unfortunate. But what is fortunate is that battle mechs, at least for small instances, care not for your fires.
What now?
All right, let's get our guinea pig and spotter up, rolling forward. She sounds so enthusiastic about it.
Receiving you.
We're gonna have Kraken and
Aye, aye.
I think I'll have Kraken and Apex hang back here. What's Blockade bringing to the table? Multi-target and evasive move. So we're gonna try and keep him. I don't know. We're gonna try and keep him
On my way.
in the middle somewhere. In my mass of awesomes. Yeah, it's got to be figuring out right quick where I'm at. I know it normally tends to want to meander over here, but there we go. Get ourselves a spot. Ooh.
Someone else on sensors.
This is a deployment I was not expecting. All right, so
Hey.
Buckshot's out there.
Ready for order.
Let's lead with Kraken. And is there any more forward-facing trees I can get to? Not really. So let's. Since we've got them, oh, I gotta move forward if I want to sensor lock anybody. All right, let's do that. See if we can move forward a couple of steps, but not like stand out in the open. Down here seems all right. Yeah, let's go down here. It might be a little bit out of the open, but this spot down in this valley here should have blocked line of sight to these two up on the hill. The trick is which ones are which, right? Because those ones on the hill could just as easily be the missile variants. What do we got here? 8Q. Alright, so there's one of the PPC variants. Here comes... Oh! I was about to say here comes the heat, but no heat incoming.
I'm here.
Let's see. Just for giggles. I'm going to hunker down in the minefield. And put this minefield to the test. Maybe not with... Buckshot's maybe not the best choice for this, because her gunnery is not as great, but... Alright, so, PPC, large laser, alarm 15. 2 tons of ammo, by the way, so you'd be firing this sucker for quite a while. Decent on the heat scale. at least to start. Let's give this a go. Land the PPC, some missiles. Large laser goes a bit wide. Alright. We got nice lines of sight here. Is it worth a breaching shot? I can do 50, 90, 60. I can do 150 and half, 75, or 50 with a breaching shot. I think we'll just fire the salvo.
Target confirmed.
Keep that breaching shot in the back pocket for later in case I need to stagger fire for heat purposes. Good salvo. Looks like I landed just about all those guns. Such a weird, and I'm gonna keep saying it because it just isn't. The weirdness of it, I'm not getting over it. It is a weird amalgamation of guns. It's such a weird amalgamation of guns.
Position confirmed.
The large laser doesn't quite have the range of the PPC, so it's actually out of optimal. PPC's in optimal range. Clearly the LRM is.
I'm on it.
So we keep hitting this guy. But it's going to take more than 3 salvos to down an awesome. These guys are nearly fully armored. Across the board, all of the awesome variants you're seeing here. 240 out of like 270 armor points or something like that. And they've got the armor where it's good and where it's useful. Alright, so let's pull Kraken back a little bit. No sense in exposing him too much if he's going to be our spotter.
Position confirmed.
At least to start this party. Now I could keep pounding on this guy over here, but I'm curious to see what these other mechs are yet. So that's the 8Q. One of them anyway. Over here we have a guarded. Come on. Let me paper doll. AT. So there's one of the missile variants. As I have sensor advantage and they're not really doing anything about that.
Engaging.
Land both the energy weapons. Missiles come in. Looks like I hit pretty much all the missile weapons. Wow. Couple of shots to the face on this awesome.
Awaiting orders.
Let's just keep exploiting this
Taking
range
this
and spotting capability. They got to close the distance at some point. I can get fractionally better numbers if I actually reposition here. Blockade gets 2 dots of movement modifier for it, being he is evasive.
Confirmed.
Getting really good RNG for these salvos. Landing the vast majority of my hits here. Let's see if it moves into line of sight. No, we go back to the top of the order and
What now?
we're back on the spotting plan. So I can move out and take a shot with Kraken, or I could spot with him. There's very little chance that the enemy team here does not move into firing range, so I don't think I need to hide. Hiding isn't going to do me much anymore. Buckshot over here is going to start probably taking some shots. Kraken will probably take some shots as well. So let's let him get into this action.
Firing.
EQ moves and guards. Interesting. It somehow doesn't see me. I don't.
Hey.
Not sure how I've managed that exactly.
Yeah.
But I'll take advantage of it, at least for the time being. came and went. It was my turn already. That was fast. So definitely noticing that this variant of the Awesome, the 8V, heat issue's not really a problem here. At least so far. I've managed to open with multiple alpha salvos. Ooh. 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 That's some hot fire. Multiple alpha salvos, and none of my awesomes seem to really be running into problems. Now, I'm actually going to take an opportunity to multi-target here, because I don't do it enough. I have been accused of not using multi-target enough, and you are correct. I do not. But since this guy up here on the hill is not guarded, we're going to throw some shade his way in the form of an LRM-15. We'll let the energy weapons do the work over there.
Copy that.
Keep the pressure on this lead 8Q as we have popped open its right torso, which is basically the best place to have opened up a torso location. Take a look at this guy, because you got a PPC in the arm and a PPC in the right torso. Now the 8V does have a similar kind of build asymmetry. It's got one of the guns. Come here, you. It's got one of the guns in the right arm. It's got the PPC, and it's got the LRM in the right torso, and then the large laser is on the opposite torso. So you do need to be careful, as with most of these awesome variants, about protecting your right side just a smidgen as best you can. Now, obviously, can't help when you get an unlucky armor panel open like that. You know what? Okay. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go crit seeking my multi-target. I want to make this guy A, this guy B, and I want the missiles on B. Now, this isn't going to do a lot of damage, or even have a very good chance to hit, but the spray of LRMs will probably do a decent job of giving me a chance to get a critical hit on the PPC or the heat sinks in that right torso. So, and then we maximize our damage over here. Pew pew. Ooh, shot to the center of mass. It's a good opening. Let's see if we can sneak a crit over here. Got a single heat sink.
Didn't expect that.
Okay, that's not bad. We got what we wanted. Got a critical out of it.
They're shooting at me.
I didn't notice that, Buckshot. I mean, what was your first clue? The PPC's hitting your canopy, or what? Alright, so Kraken. I think we will... Nope. Hold up. We don't want a sensor lock. Kraken has multi-target. We're going to make those missiles Bravo again. Kind of the backwards from what Buckshot did, but... Honestly, that was foolish. Thinking about it, I should have focused the LRMs down on that guy for more crits. Oh well. Never said I was good at this game, and I will continue to claim, ladies and gentlemen, that I am in fact an inferior mech commander. Now,
Aye, aye.
let's get back down to business. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that just smidgen of heat. That is delicious.
We'll go.
I have said in my previous videos, I am a fan of heat neutral mechs. This one's certainly doing the job. Get another crit. Buckshot doing a good job of tanking all the damage up here. Although, I'm kind of wondering where the rest of their team is. Also, where's all the other indirect fire? Oh, okay. So he's over here. Could be she. Not gonna lie. Don't know which one that is. Who do we got? Blockade. Let's continue to try and crit seek on this guy. Actually, looks like we dunked a crit on the PPC here. Well, it doesn't highlight yellow on the paper doll pop-up, but it's popping up yellow in the list. Let's see if we can just break that PPC wholesale. Ooh, that's a bad... Oh, hello. There we go. Yeah, okay, so we broke 2 PPCs for the price of 1. as this arm gently floats to the ground. That's a little bit weird. Apparently they filled that right arm with helium. Buckshot still doing the good work here. Speaking of which, we're gonna continue to have her. I think I want to try and just rotate her a smidgen, so that this guy up on the plateau here doesn't get a lucky shot off. All right, so now it's just damage through. Oh, that went interesting. Orange pop-ups. Oh, we've peeled the armor off the center torso of the first awesome 8Q, as it's down to a single PPC. Doing a real good job over here, my team, of just kind of piece parting this first awesome. Is there anything in the center torso on these guys? I don't think there are. Might be heat sinks. Oh, here comes the hot fire. Well, it looks like one of them lands.
Yes, Commander.
As we've settled into Revolutionary War tactics, apparently, where we just line up and fire at each other. Let's see what this guy's got going on. He's going to try and come down for melee. Just trying to get close. Interesting that it's deciding to get close instead of opening up space for those LRMs. Also, definitely fired 2 lasers. I don't know if it fired both LRMs there.
Yeah.
Let's keep pouring on the heat.
Taking the shot.
Bam! Like a clock. Tick, 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 and then suddenly, bam. It's midnight on your carriage, horse and carriage, and now it is a pumpkin laying on the ground. That was a really belabored analogy, and I apologize for that. Buckshot over here. Ooh, Buckshot now has taken a right torso armor blow through. So,
Standing by.
I think it's time that we back off a smidgen and try and present my left side. Having a little problem with the terrain in my arc here. There we go.
Roger that.
Hopefully this gives up my left a little bit. Looking at the team. So this guy's definitely in the front. Maybe front, maybe left. Probably definitely left. Don't have any stability damage. I was just considering if I needed to guard here, but I don't really need to guard. The LRMs at short range is kind of a stinker, but I mean, if it wants to get to short range for LRMs.
Internal structure damage.
Yeah. Okay, so we're up a kill.
Receiving you.
Buckshot's getting
Yep.
getting kind of tore up here. Let's see if we can go give her some help. This LRM's being at mid-range again, kind of killing me here. What if we go this way? That's a little better. This is a little better on the numbers front. Definitely going to be taking shots from the rest of their team, though. But that's okay. We'll move Kraken out here, take a few salvos, up over the hill.
Attacking from position.
On the shield side of this awesome, but hey, take what we can get. And if he happens to start taking a little too much heat, then I'll push him over here behind the rocks. I'm going to try and play this a little bit like I'm preserving my mechs as much as I can. So I'm going to start to pull Buckshot back, assuming she cannot lose a torso here. There we go. All right, cool.
Internal structure disintegrating.
You're fine. Which means I need to start moving the rest of my team up. Do I have a split fire target? Nope. Of course not. That'd be too easy.
Moving out.
I think I need to push Kraken up a bit further so I can get a secondary target for multi-target. Start getting better two-hit numbers, because that salvo was hot garbage. Keep it together. Yeah, I didn't think so. Ouch.
I'm gonna die.
Fortunately, way to have a positive outlook there, Buckshot. On the plus side, that was the left side, so I'm less concerned about the total damage to my loadout there. It is worth noting that the 8V on my side here is a couple 100,000 C-bills less in cost than the 8Q and 8T are. Definitely less than the 8Q. Alright. Seriously? Oh, well, alright, so much for pulling Buckshot back out of the way. We're gonna now pull Kraken back out of the way. Can I do this on a reverse? Can't. Interesting, I can reverse into the not really forest here? Sure, why not?
Roger.
And we're gonna throw some indirect shade here.
Firing.
At least until we can settle up on a secondary target here. These guys aren't really pushing forward. Hex is now the target du jour. Ooh, that's a lot of missiles.
Reporting heavy damage.
Yep, that's a lot of missiles.
Standing by.
Alright, so we've got focus. Should probably use it. This isn't a bad opportunity. 80s and 75. So let's throw that on there.
No retreat.
No cover or guard to speak of, but we'll take the percentage to hit. As we open up the left torso, sneak some stability damage on there. AI doing a really good job this match of kind of keeping its team at arm's length, at least in terms of the rear half of its team. Front half of its team, I don't know what's going on here.
What do you need?
Alright, so let's provide some more targets. Maybe we can trick the AI into splitting its fire a bit. As we continue to unload alpha after alpha, doing a real... Oh, nice! Crits on both LRM-15s on this, awesome. One on each side. Doesn't take them out of the fight, but it does cause a 2-hit penalty and puts them within striking distance of destruction. Let's move Kraken over here and keep the fire up on this guy. Or gal. Single heat sink. Tearing up lots of armor. Large laser crit.
Scored a critical hit.
This guy's guns are pretty busted up. Let's see what it does about it.
Reporting light damage.
There we go. That's what we like to see. So, can back up just enough to get this awesome
Reporter
into
confirmed.
LRM optimal range. Firing on its right side, which is the less damage side, but
Copy that.
leg shots, arm shot, spread the missiles around. No lucky crits there. Almost have baited that guy out of the trees here. Here comes the rain. Yeah, that was definitely 30 missiles.
I can't take much more of this.
You're fine.
Yep.
And since we've baited this guy back far enough, I'm just going to take these trees back. It's not like either team really needs to push into a short-range situation. So it's curious to me that it's chosen to. Here comes the knockdowns. -1 leg. Pilot injury on the fall. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when piloting multiple 10-ton war machines, buckle up for safety. Seatbelts are your friend when piloting walking tanks. Apex taking an awful lot of center torso damage. Seems like the big guns keep hitting her in center of mass. So let's do something about that. Let's just smidgen my way into a left side defensive position. Got a bit of stability damage. Clear that. Let her rip on this guy who is looking real rough.
Target confirmed.
Woo, buddy! Look at that arm.
Scored a critical hit.
Whoa! Hot fire coming in. Alright, Apex is going to have to fall back next turn, assuming she doesn't pull a buckshot and just get murdered.
Commander.
Alright, let's just kill this guy. 23 structure left in center torso. This is pretty much a done deal. Yeah. Clean that up a little bit. Salvage the small laser out of the cockpit. Claim it as a trophy. Interesting. Alright.
Yeah.
Blockade. Get on up. Get on up. Get out there. Take some hits for Apex, please. Rotate your armor. Always remember, friends, rotate your armor. You may just save a mech warrior's life. Smoking him down with that salvo. Oop, here we go. 8Q rounding the corner. Who's it going to find a bead on? Nobody.
Ready for orders.
I'm totally okay with that. Let's see. Back up, turn around, check the numbers. There we go.
Moving to
A couple of steps behind Blockade, who is living up to his call sign. Start getting more damage on this HT, as it seems to try and find some... Wow, that's a jerk move. Alright. Okay. Well.
I'm here.
I could move Kraken out. Take shots. This guy has undoubtedly guarded. Likely as well. How about... Ooh. I can go to the forest, not forest square here. I'm sorry. Hex.
Acknowledged.
Lest I forget my roots. Yeah. Alright, guarded target, but you know what?
I copy.
No Fs were given this day as we continue to lay fire into this third awesome. And Blockade's going to get the same opportunity here. Let's just take a quick check of these arcs, though. Yeah, okay. We're at optimal ranges. Let it rip. Finally actually starting to generate some measurable, meaningful heat. I might, maybe by the end of this match, have to take a break from firing all of these guns.
Standing by.
Alright, so what do we got?
Commander.
Let's roll right up on Blockade. Let's have him focus.
Let's hit him
Just
hard.
take a shot at this guy in the minefield one more time. Actually starting to run low on LRM ammo. I've got 6 salvos left. Oh, baby, you cannot miss with a PPC when focused. But we snuck an ammo crit in there. Didn't blow it up, but took it away. This awesome is now open to the center torso. Kraken's going to take some damage here. Interesting that that AI decided to change targets to over here.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, you're fine. You are a little bit lacking in stability, but you know what? You're going to drop a bar just standing there. 3 bars just standing there. Oh, right to center of mass with that PPC. Or maybe side torso. Honestly, kind of hard to tell when the animations line up the way they do.
Aye, aye.
Let's just keep on pouring in the heat. Pouring in the heat. Apex also with the stability warning, but clear that. Pow! Right side pops off. Here comes the missiles. And down she goes. Drop us another awesome. I feel like I've been on the benefiting end of some good RNG as compared to the AI this game. Just feel like more of my guns have been hitting more often. Also, I'm firing more guns more often, I feel. Because look at that heat situation.
Attacking from position.
Doing a good job here. We'll keep Apex back for now. Right on the hairy edge of optimal. Throw some fire this direction to this last remaining awesome. I think what I'll do with my my friends Kraken and Blockade is close some distance. You know, do the thing that we probably shouldn't do.
Roger.
Engage in some mech pugilism, because this is clearly into cleanup phase
Taking the shot.
on this match. This is all but a done deal, as this mech is probably going to hit the ground. There we go. Takes the opportunity to stand back up, though. Looking good in all its chunky red and black glory. As it tries to pull back to a safer position. That's probably going to guard. Oh! Throwing hot fire.
I'm under heavy fire.
And focus. Actually focused and actually broke through the terrain that I'm... the big ol' air quotes forest that I'm standing in.
Orders. Confirmed.
We're just going to get in here. We're going to make a mess of some robot. Fire all the guns.
Firing.
We're just going to Wild Bill fire into the air here. Weehaw!
Commander,
Apex is a little bit more
move order
controlled,
confirmed.
though. She's a bit more restrained in her salvos.
Confirmed.
Preferring to actually plant her shots. Ooh, shots to that leg. Right leg in dire straits. 30 structure left on it.
Aye, aye.
Blockade wants a piece of this. So we're just going to sprint him right up. And we are going to pugilism this guy into the ground. Why? Because fun. Also gives Blockade a chance to use his evasive move. Kraken's probably going to be the target of opportunity here. Yep. That right torso opens up, but one PPC shot is not going to get the job done. Neither is not getting close enough for punches. But let's keep making moves.
All weapons, fire. Ready for orders.
Now Kraken can get into punching phase. Let's get right on this. I'd love to take a hit to sweep the leg, Kraken. Sweep the leg. Come on, baby. Nope, hit that right torso. He knows where the he knows where his bread is buttered. It's that right torso of the Awesomes.
Yes, Commander.
Apex is going to take
Hot damn, let's do this!
no bull from this guy. She's got an agenda, and that agenda is to murder this guy heinously. There goes yet another flying right arm. And weirdly floating to the ground. As we enter the honorable pugilism phase of this match. Party lasers engaging. Ooh, Kraken may be hitting the ground here.
Commander?
Nope, not quite. Again, sweep the leg, Kraken. Save me some salvage. Nope. Doesn't know what legs mean. Party laser goes wide. Now it's Blockade's turn. If Blockade can't finish the job, well, Apex certainly will. Sneak in on this right side of this Awesome. And punches out its lights. Tearing out the engine. As we murder the enemy Awesome team. Ladies and gentlemen, for your consideration, the Awesome 8V with its still weird, nope, still not over it, it's weird loadout. Small laser, large laser, PPC, LRM 15, hitting everything but ballistics with that spread, hitting all the ranges. Buckshot takes an unfortunate getting shot in the chest repeatedly, but the rest of the team comes through pretty good. Actually, we got the twins here with their weirdly similar damage, and Blockade coming out clean, coming out really clean actually. Looks like he only took a little bit of missile splash damage at some point. 4 points to the leg. How do you take 4 points to the leg? Huh. Well, anyway. The enemy Awesomes, as probably could have been expected, but you know, things happen. They go down. They go down the hard way too. You know, core them out from one side or the other. No easy kills here. Also, not a lot of salvage to be spoken of. Plenty of heat sinks to scrape off, though. The occasional PPC. Ooh, this guy's got all the nothing left. Large laser and LRM. So there you go. 8V. Not bad. Better than I expected. Still that loadout, but the loadout is very, very cold. Is very heat efficient. So maybe worth considering. You could probably turn, if this variant does not show up in the campaign game, you could probably turn the 8T into it with relative ease. So there's an LRM in the torso. Yeah, there's an LRM in each torso, and then right arm, left arm. So you'd have to swap. It wouldn't quite be exact, but you could drop one of the larges for a PPC and drop one of these LRMs completely, and you get essentially to what is the 8V. So if you're looking for an Awesome that maybe plays a little bit nicer on hot climates, worth a thought, worth your consideration. 20 rounds, 37 minutes and 54 seconds here on Death Valley in this, what I can probably say is a pretty thorough drubbing. We're going to put that one in the bank, ladies and gentlemen. But that'll be all for today's BattleTech in the morning. I am, as always, your student of the Mech Lab, Captain Nips. Hoping all of you out there are having a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. Continue to have a happy holidays, everybody. And I'll see all of you in the next video.